The exciting thing about having Chad here today is he's going to make some news. Chad is announcing the creation of a new organization called the Energy Transitions Commission. And you'll be the first to hear about it in the world, and I think it's very exciting because it's going to affect how governments, corporations, and other leaders make decisions about energy. So Chad, what is the Energy Transitions Commission?
The Energy Transitions Commission is a group of 16 commissioners, 9 don't get a paycheck from a company, and the balance due across multiple industries to answer one simple question. We know where we are today around the economy and around energy systems and what that's doing to CO2 and climate. We know where we need to go. There's a lot of people in New York talking about that as we speak. But we got to take the first steps. This commission is to try to take down the barriers to the first steps, put the facts out there in a nice toolkit form so governments, businesses, anybody that wants to take a step will do it. And that's what we're about. And we thought that was missing. We couldn't find that answer anywhere else. And when McKinsey came to us with the idea, we said, well, we'll sign on.
And who are some of the members of the commission?
So we've General Electric, Schneider Electric, Shell is a member.
Statoil as well?
Statoil is a member. We also have the UN Foundation, Tim Worth, World Resource Institute, Andrew Steer.
Right.
So there's Hank Paulson.
Right.
And I don't know what camp he falls in, but he's somewhere in.
So how did you persuade all these people to join? What did you tell them?
Well, we didn't pay them. This question about how do we start moving is really on a lot of people's minds. And so as we went to them and said, if you can show us somebody else that has this, just tell us and we'll go to them, we won't do all this. And so that was the answer of what's going on.
So what was the hole out there where you needed to be filled? I mean, what was the need? Why did you sense I mean, a lot of people talk about doing something about climate change and not many people do?
There was a forerunner commission, the New Climate Economy, that looked at this question, can we keep the economy going and deal with climate? And the answer was yes, and that's all available. But it didn't take the action steps to get moving. And so at Shell, we see this energy transition is going to change our lives. We're going to be a very different company decades from now. Exactly how many decades, we're not sure. We want to start taking the first steps ourselves. So we think carbon capture and storage and funding those projects is a piece of that. So we hope one of the studies will be, how do you do that effectively? What's the difference in a winning project and a losing project?
Before we get into the details, you just said something that really caught my attention, which is that we can grow the economy and reduce carbon emissions at the same time. I mean, is that just fact? I mean, what makes you so confident about that? A lot of people in the Republican Party in this country say, if you go to renewables, you destroy jobs.
So I put one caveat. If you grow the economy the right way, you can do it. If we do it the way we're doing it today, you can't do both at the same time. So there's some technology that needs to be deployed. There's some systems technology that needs to be deployed. This Forerunner Commission, we actually added it up for the next 15 years. What's it going to cost to build out the economy the way that we're doing it today? And $89 trillion in the piece of the economy that relates to the energy system that we're talking about. When we do it in an environmentally effective way, which means planning cities better, shifting which fossil fuel you use, less coal, more natural gas, things like that, it's going to cost $93 trillion. So yes, it costs more, but you have a much more robust, effective system going farther, so it's actually a great investment.